Yes. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Luxury Live Show. I have here my co host with me, Kat L, and I'm Amy. If this is the first time you're watching this, I want to say Happy New Year first. And this is a podcast, a live stream that we supposedly do every week. I've been a little bit on and off in the past few months, but it's a new year. So, what better opportunities to talk about the new mindset, new resolution, new year goals. And this is sort of like a tradition of ours. We've been doing that for a few years. So let's begin. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Yes.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. So we have prepared slides for you guys. Sorry, guys, if I seem rusty, because I feel like I totally am rusty. I feel like I haven't been filming for it feels like months. But anyway, we're going to start off with our slides, which will guide the flow of today's live stream. And without further ado, I'm going to let my co-host get started with her set of slides first.
All right. Thank you, Amy. So every year we do our luxury live show mindset video, and we usually recap what happened, what we say last year, which was only a week plus ago. So this is my recap. I I guess in the beginning of the year, which seems so long ago, so January 2025, my first picture up there, I said, look, I just want my Birkin. My goodness, it feels like forever. And I was also saying that things are getting overpriced in that year. And so my mindset sort of, I think obviously it didn't just happen in 2025, but in 2025, I started to really feel like things are so expensive, even more so. And that I don't really want to, if it's not meant to be, not meant to be, because I don't want to buy it just for the sake of buying because of the prices. Then on the life, we sort of added lifestyle mindset as well, not just so luxury. So I also shared a few things, particularly last year. One of it was to be a little bit more grateful. And the way I explained it was, I am grateful, but I don't know if I'm expressing gratefulness. Like, I always say I am, but I don't know if I'm doing it right or I'm really feeling grateful. So I wanted to kind of kickstart a grateful mindset and do it more. So that was one thing. And another one was say no to distractions for a lot of things, like whatever I buy, just say no to it. I'm not sure if I did very well. And then, of course, one thing that I said to myself, because in the year 2024 and 2023, I always drank. Okay, firstly, I always drink alcohol, but I think I went a little overboard, especially in 2024, where it became almost habitual and it was disruptive for my sleep. I was finding myself really, tired in the mornings, and I didn't like that feeling. So I sort of set a goal, a mindset to look, I'm never going to say no to a little bit of wine, a little bit of gin, but I need to control it. And I don't drink during the weekdays. So those are kind of like a recap of my mindset for 2025. Let's go to the next slide. So first one, I said, bro, I need my Birkin. And I think a lot of you who have followed us on our rants for the year know that I actually got my bag. So I got it around July. I think so, July. So I have it here. We can look at it later. But yeah, I got my bag here. Obviously, I wanted an Etan, but I didn't know that Etan is actually not a classic color. Or I kind of knew, but it just didn't make sense that it was a classic. It's not a classic color. So the color didn't come out for a long time. So in the end, I got a gold and I took it in palladium. And it actually is a really nice bag. So I am actually really, really happy about it. So achieved.
It's gorgeous, by the way.
Yeah, it is. Oh my goodness. Okay, for this, I think I think last year for me, I I did say no to a lot of things, but I also said yes to a lot of things. I think it was maybe if I were to give a percentage of this 50-50 towards I think in the middle of the year is usually when the mindset sort of falters. It's like, oh, I forgot about it. But yeah, I definitely did not buy as much things as I would have in the previous year. And I just don't think I know I still bought stuff, but it wasn't as, I don't know, mentally, I don't think I was as competitive. I was not rushing to the store, thinking of what next to buy, because everything was just so expensive. I bought a few pieces of ready to wear, but I was buying like shirts before, but now everything is 3, 4, 5. I mean, I need to touch 5,000, but 3, 4,000. And so maybe this is the start of a mindset that I didn't implement very well last year, but I feel like this year in 2026, it is more, maybe I would say like more in tune. Like I really feel it, and now I don't really even want to go to the store. So last year and the previous year was a journey to kick it off, and I think this year it will be the year, because I don't even want to go to the store. I just don't, because it's incredibly expensive, incredibly overpriced. I cannot keep up with the pricing. So didn't do that well last year, half. So hopefully this year will be better. Okay, again, I gave this my like a 60% verdict, because like I said, I always say it, but I don't know if I actively practice it. Meaning, do I take time in my day to reflect and say, wow, this was a really awesome day? Like, grateful for opportunities, grateful for friends, grateful for that, oh my gosh, amazing dinner that I think I say it, but I don't sit back and reflect on it. So there were times that I caught myself like, wow, it was a great week. I had a great week. And those times I managed to fill up my grateful jar, which obviously it was not done very well, because I think this kind of new habit doesn't happen overnight. I can say I want to do it, but maybe I didn't put in place a proper roadmap of how I wanted to do it. But I guess because I had it at the back of my mind subconsciously, I would catch myself in moments of the day or moments of the week and be like, that was a great time. Yeah, I really had some great time. And then, I sit back and reflect. So I definitely could be more mindful about doing it. So this year is something that I want to practice and continue on. So, okay, maybe it should be like 20%. So I said no to distractions. Like, don't do it. Like, don't buy just because it's affordable. Don't buy it just because it's a new brand. Don't buy it because it's, like, I really need to. So I definitely failed for the Murakami last year, because I wanted one piece, which is the Nano Speedy, but I ended up with 3, and then I ended up returning 2. Oh no, actually I didn't return 2. I canceled one, and the other one I returned because it wasn't such a great bag anyway. So, but that aside, it was also this mindset of like stress chase, because I was so annoyed with the whole process. And if I think back about it, if I sit back and reflect on it, like, why did I put myself through that? Because I was telling myself initially, no to distractions, be really focused. But I jumped into it and I caused myself own stress. So whose fault is that? Obviously my own. So definitely fail. I'm planning to do better this year. I bought ready to wear, and to me that's also a bit of a distraction, because I could have bought things that are more useful. Ready to wear is truly a pre-spend thing, and so I didn't really focus on the overprice. So this kind of matched together. Actually, I bought things that I'm really happy with, say jewelry, things that I really need if I really want to buy from H. So yeah, I definitely should have done it better. So I don't know how distractions are just super challenging, because 1 year is really long, right? Because you can start the year with any resolution like super strong and then there will be these things that come, and plus with social media, they keep coming at you like ooh ooh. Influence is real. Influence is truly, it's like a small dig in the hole, right? Little bit. After a while, you go like, actually, it's not so bad. So anyway, I don't know how this is gonna work this year. I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna keep trying.
I just want to
What about-
ask though,
Mm.
because Murakami has always, the multicolor has always been your, like, one of your favorite collections ever. So how, like, I understand what you mean by like, oh, distraction from like social media and seeing it all the time and just the chase and all, but to acquire it finally, especially a piece that you've always, like a collection of you've always like, how is that considered so much distraction otherwise?
Yeah, because
'Cause
I
you,
had Murakami pieces in the past, right?
yeah,
I had the cosmetic pouch, and then I had the Speedy, which I both love, but I was a collector. I was collecting it. So I got rid of those because I think I was just not like, the intention of buying it at that
was the
time was
collect.
collecting. Yeah, but I have changed, right? Right now, I have changed. So I wonder whether, again, I'm falling into this um, distraction, and that, that buried collector person, which I should have left behind in my past, is coming back again. And I took
Mm,
so long to shed it, right? I took so long to not be this luxury hoarder, just buy for the sake of buying, but too precious to use. So the Murakami, yes, I truly love it, but I wonder whether I was buying it so that I will use it, or again, I'm going to collect it. So in a way, it's distracting my mindset, distracting obviously other purchases, but also this shift that I'm trying to do, right, for myself personally, like personal growth. I just don't want to be a collector anymore. I I don't mind having one or two pieces, maybe from like my box bag, but as much as I can, I need to not open that floodgate again. But I did. I definitely did. I went in like, oh, I need this bag, I need the other bag, and then I was considering some of the SLGs and yeah.
mm. So it's more like the experience that you went through, because at the end you only pretty much bought one thing, right? Like you only
Correct,
have
correct,
one thing in the end, which is not so bad. But it's more like the
correct.
process that felt like a distraction.
Correct. Like,
Mm,
why I should have just be focused, right? No to this. I say, okay,
mm,
I like this collection. Just get the Nano Speedy. That's all I want. I mean, I've been
yeah.
talking about a Nano Speedy for like donkey years, and this one popped back up. It is the one I wanted, but I became so distracted. I went for some reason. I thought, maybe I'll get something else. And oh, this one's also nice.
Mm,
And what about a wallet? Oh man, the bando is great. But everything was distraction. And then it also added to my habit of, oh my God, I need to collect it. I need to collect it. And then the influence of everybody unboxing, it was insane. And on top of that, the buying process was a nightmare.
mm,
So if I just stuck to my guns and just said, get the Nano Speedy, that is it. And if you
mhm.
don't get it, buy it from the resale. So I lost it. I was like, God, brain totally just
Yeah, I had to ask because obviously I was not at all into it, the Murakami, when it came out. I didn't even know it was coming out, didn't know it came out, didn't look at it. I mean, I was curious because everyone's talking about it, but otherwise I felt nothing about it. So it's interesting to hear when to hear your experience. Because at the end, you just bought one thing, right? You just kept one thing. So it didn't seem like it was too bad, but I know what you mean.
Correct.
It's just like the
Yeah.
losing sleep
The
about it sort
whole
of
the whole the whole bubble of it, right? Plus
thing.
last year, they had 3 drops. They had
Right.
the multicolor, then the cherries, and then the cherry blossoms. I have never, of all my Murakami obsessed years, liked the other 2, but I was also looking at them. So
Yeah.
insane. Like it was just, yeah, influence. It was influence.
Mhm.
I didn't stick to my mindset of saying no to distractions. I didn't buy any of it, but I definitely was very tempted. Like, oh man, maybe I'll just get the Porsche accessory, It's not that bad, da da da. And yeah, it's hard. It's hard when you like a collection and you want to control it. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, I did really well, I have to say. I did really well. But sometimes maybe I shouldn't say things like that because this week I didn't do so well.
It's the
But
new
anyway,
year. It's okay. It's an exception.
this week was like, I was like, oh, I like to have a drink on Monday. But yeah, I better not. So I did really well last year. I did not drink on the weekdays. People are probably watching this thinking like I'm some kind of alcoholic. But if I didn't control it, I would probably be one. I'm just saying. But I like, because throughout the whole day rushing for work, and I go teach class and I walk my dog. By the end of the day, I'm sitting there like, man, it'd be nice to have a little bit of a drink. And I'm just having like one cup. But I wake up like a monster. Like I just like struggle to get out of bed. Like, wow, definitely not in my 20s anymore, where I can knock out like how many pints or glasses of wine and wake up, ping. No, one glass of gin, next morning my eyes are like, ugh. So I was starting to feel, and it didn't happen overnight, right? It was over a period of time in 2024. And then towards the end of the year, I was starting to feel it. I was like, why am I always so tired in the morning? And I would blame it on work. I would say, my dog and everything. But I thought I needed to make a bit of a change. And somewhere in the back of my head, thinking like, maybe you shouldn't be drinking at night, especially it's on a weekday. Like weekends, who cares? I'm going to sleep. But yeah, so I implemented this. I have to say it's hard. Yeah, the first month was like, because it's so habitual. Come home, open the fridge, pop ice, add a little gin, put a bit of soda inside, and then it's so refreshing. So the first month or first few weeks was a bit like, I don't know what to do with my fingers, to do my hands. To do every time I open the fridge, it's like, fine, I'll have juice. So I started to drink juice. I was like, juice. And after you break that cycle, then it's fine. It was pretty good. Yeah, I'm drinking my soda. Yeah, like what do you call them? Sparkling water. Carbonated water, because it's that feeling. It's not really. I think it's not really the whole is not the alcohol per se. I mean, a little bit of it, but it's that feeling, right? Like why people drink Coke so often, because it's that feeling through the throat, through the stomach, whatever. So Monday to Thursdays, I do not drink at all. Fridays is an exception because it's the weekend. Then Saturday, I'll have my drink, and then Sunday it will only be one. Then that's it. So I did really well. 10% is usually if I go out with friends on the weekday, and I don't want to be, if they're having a beer, I'll just like, yeah, I don't want to, impose like, no, I'm not drinking on the weekdays. Like they'll be probably like, what? Like, no, that's okay. So yeah.
That's really good. We all have our vices and bad habits. I mean, I have my fair share. It's just not alcohol, but it's other things. So good job on that. Okay,
Thank
2026. Let us know
your
new goals.
My goals. Putting back a wish list. to give myself a bit of focus. Okay, so no to distractions, a bit of a focus. I think my wish list at this point, when I did this slides for you, Amy, I haven't really thought about it. And it's because I honestly don't really have a wish list. Like, don't really know what I want to buy this year. I feel like I've got everything. So I'm really grateful for everything. So I don't feel like I want to be chasing stuff anymore. So when I put this out, it was thinking like, okay, what do I really need? Like in terms of luxury or lifestyle, I definitely need a wallet. I think how many times you heard me say this, like, I need to buy a wallet. And every time we do our feng shui video, I still haven't bought my wallet. So maybe this will be the year. I'll buy a wallet, a proper wallet. The one that I'm using currently is my key pouch from LV. Not really a wallet. Definitely not. Stuff my cash inside here. So yes, a short trip. I don't know, somewhere. I have a couple of trips planned this year with obviously with my office, and then I've got one for my own holiday with some friends. But I want to make a short trip. And I don't even know whether I want it to be like a solo trip, like maybe over the weekend, like 3 days. I haven't decided. I just there's this feeling in me that I want to go somewhere, disappear digitally for a while. So that's one thing. Apple Watch. So like me and you, our Apple Watch has been how old? How old? Wow.
Pretty sure we bought it in September, October of 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2021. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5. It's coming to the 5th year. So maybe I'm not having any problems with it, honestly. So it's not, it's not something that I need to get. But I noticed that the new version is slightly bigger. There's a few extra functionalities. So I'm putting it on. Maybe a new Apple Watch. Maybe. We'll see. I can still last another 1-2 years. 1 year is still a long time. Okay, so and then finally, the only bag that really is on my mind at the moment is the Bottega Veneta bag, the shoulder bag. And yeah, but I need to try it first. I haven't seen it in store, and I don't know whether, because it's a memory in my head. And though I've seen people carry it in Singapore, but I don't know whether, in your it's greener, grass is greener, right? So it's in your head, looks nicer, but actually when I wear it, I'm like, oh, not that great. So yeah, these are only 4 things. I really tried, and then after I did this slide, I really tried that what else do I need? And all I could think of is things that I need to buy for my dog. Like, I need to buy a dog bed. I need to buy. That's it. I don't have anything else.
So contrast to previous years, not even last year, but like previous years where we would make wish lists, like an actual list of a video of an actual list of things. How do you feel it contrasts to back then? Like before, did you feel like you made the list just to make the list, or did you really make the list because you were really looking forward to buying those things that year? Versus now you're, you know what I mean?
I guess in the early years, definitely the list was more
longer.
I want to, more long, longer. I want to buy this bag, I want to buy that bag. But now, I feel like the priorities changed. Yeah. So last year, my wish list was a wish list in the sense of expenses. Obviously, it was the Birkin, hoping to get that dang bag. And my Japan trip with my family was also a wish list expense list, right? So things, and then we had some, what else did I wanted to buy last year? Can't remember now. But then this year, again, I have a trip, right, that I want to go on. But the luxury items, they are taking a bit of a back seat. Not to say I wouldn't buy them, but the interest has expanded. The wallet's still the size, but I want to buy other things. And then obviously then I didn't have a dog. So now I want to buy so many things for her. It's crazy. So yeah, I feel like my wish list right now is truly see got what. In a way, like almost like a no wish list. But if I had to make one, this would be it.
Yeah. I totally feel the same about, since even the last couple of years, that the priorities have changed. Not so much that I wouldn't buy any luxury. Obviously, I have bought, but it's just the feeling that also in terms of what I already own, I feel like it's really good already as it is, and whatever I add on it is just to make it a more comprehensive collection. It's always changing, right? It's always growing or shrinking depending on what I feel like it should look like at that time and point. But I definitely feel like the priorities have definitely changed. It's less focused on actual items and more on experiences.
Correct. So hard. Yeah, this is something that I was doing my daily chats, and it definitely resonated with me. This point about there were easily 10 comments about how people buy bags. Like, we are on social media, right? Both of you and I and a lot of us, and when we buy a bag, obviously it becomes a point of review. And when we review things or review a bag, there's always this thing, how can this bag function for a variety of reasons. And when I started earlier, a lot of the bags that I brought in and talk about, it's always about, can I use this bag also for work? Can I use it for this? Can I use it for that? Not only travel, work. And in the end, that part of my review, I feel seeped into also my interest of buying bags. Like, I need to buy it for work. I need to be able to use it for work. I need to be able to have multi-function of it, not just keep it for an occasion. But then I realized, and we talk about it as well, that I don't use my bags for work. I don't. 10% of my collection is used for work, and used because I'm like, oh man, I need to use this bag because I need to use it like a tote. But I feel really, really uncomfortable to bring my luxury bags to work. I rather bring a Lululemon bag or nothing. Just carry my backpack and go to work. So I do have a few bags over the years that I bought thinking, this is a great bag for work. I don't have them anymore. My Gucci bag, my YSL bag, even my Chanel Jumbo, at the back of my head would be, great bag for work. And yes, I did use it, but I don't know. I don't think so. So if I were to buy bags moving forward, I don't plan to have buying bags for work mindset anymore. If I buy the bag because I can bring it out during the weekends. And yes, I won't get the cost per wear, but I have other bags to use right now. So moving forward, bags that I bring in, it's not for work. So coming back to that point about buying the BV bag, the Bottega bag, it really opened up my mind to say, do I really need the bigger size? Because when I saw it on the runway, my first instinct was, get the bigger one, the medium size, because I can use it for work. But in reality, I probably won't. So that means I can open up, I can buy the smaller one because that's fine. That's great. That's a nice bag. Yeah. So yeah, that's so like the forever mindset I have. It has really resonated with me that I don't want to buy bags with work in mind.
It's like a light bulb switch.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, well, that's great. For me, I've always been asked, like, why do you always buy mini bags, never the larger size? And
Mm.
I mean, I think I've always said that, or maybe also when I get this question, I think of my own profession, which is not always the case for everybody. But like for me, for example, I need to always have a laptop at the very least, right? In the past, you would need the cables that come with it, the mouse that comes with it, like at least the minimum accessory. So you need to be able to fit that, and the bag has to be robust enough to not break apart, right? If you put a laptop in it, especially nowadays, the laptops are slim and they're not super heavy, which is great. But back then, the laptops are so heavy. So I never recommended any luxury bags. I just think luxury bags are just not made for work. But I could see from a different profession where your bag for work is more of a almost like part of the outfit, depending, maybe you have like a very corporate higher end job. Maybe that's a little bit different. In that case, I wouldn't even know what to suggest either, because I'm not sure what your work attire should be, and etc. But generally speaking, I find, if you need to bring some, at least it's just an iPad. Anything more than that, it gets too heavy and it gets too clunky inside the bag, which um, I don't believe luxury brands are focused on making their bags to sustain that kind of wear and tear inside. So I almost feel like when you were saying that, oh, you saw the Bottega bag and you saw the larger version, and you in your head you were thinking, oh, I could use that for work. I almost feel like I'm hearing a kind of justification to be able to maybe
Mm,
buy the larger version, which we all do it. I justify it for different reasons, not for work, but for other reasons, which is so easy to do. Um,
mm.
yeah, so this is great.
Yeah, it is a light bulb switch, and it's because, and it's not that I'm gonna get rid of all the bags that I have bought for work. What
No.
I'm at this, it's more of a at a point in time, because where my collection is right now, I have bags, luxury bags that I can use for work. My toolbox, my Longchamp, obviously, but my Foray Le Push I have. But I'm talking about moving forward. When I get my eyeballs on luxury bags, it will be like, that's a cute bag. I don't have to like, oh my gosh, can I also use it for work? Or
Mhm.
will it be all right to be brought to work? And then I will be tempted to change up the style, change up the size. So in a way, I'm giving myself freedom to now just buy a bag that I want to enjoy, that not
Mhm.
worry, um, that I couldn't use it for work, because yes, work takes up out of 7 days, freaking 5 days of your life, right? So it becomes a real part of like, gosh, I only can use it for 2 days. And now that 2 days, if I don't go out, I don't use it at all. But this has given me a bit of freedom to say, look, you have enough bags for work. Just buy that freaking nano bag if you love it, and
Mhm.
just go for it. That kind of feeling. So it's a forever mindset, more than a 2026. It's, yeah, a light bulb, like ding, forget it.
Mhm.
Forget it. I'm not buying. If it happens to be able to be brought to work, hallelujah. But other than that, forget it. No more.
The quest for a black work bag is finished. No more.
Done. Done. Go. Goodbye. See you later. Take out my long shelf. Oh my gosh, this one. Yes, 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 yes. So I'm this is just probably an irritation as well of the past few years. Just, it is an accumulation of irritation that, and definitely from 2025, it just totally annoyed me. I was always into, like, I mean, I like to talk about it on my channel. I will continue to think that it's fun. I still like to look at it, but am I going to be part of the chase? The answer is no. So I am blacklisting. The moment I see the thing is trendy and everybody is chasing it, I'm going to hold back and just say, wait, trendy, hyped up, limited drop. Well, I hate that. The moment is limited, it really right now, it just it's like, it's like the kind of like, when you scratch on the blackboard, like, I hear, I just like, hate it so much, because it just feeds on FOMO. It just makes you go mad. So I'm blacklisting it. Now, does it mean I will never buy? No, it just means that I will take a step back. Like, guys, take a moment, take a breather, take a breather and watch it. Because if it is trendy, hyped, and limited drops, if it's something that I'm like, oh my gosh, I like it, I'll just wait for it from the resale market, because those people who are chasing it will sell it afterwards. You can see Murakami is the biggest one. How many of them are in the resale market? It's crazy. So yeah, I'm blacklisting anything that comes with this. Just like, no. For my own personal purchase, that's it. For at least for this year, just I need a break from it.
I agree that this has always been my personal choice as well. The only challenge that I'm finding it difficult to have that as my personal guideline, but also because we're on this platform and we talk about new collections, because that's our topic of choice, right? That's sort of the niche that we're in. It becomes a little bit more difficult to speak about those when you're just trying to comment on the collection while not repeating yourself, like, oh, it's too trendy, don't buy it, or just too trendy, it's too trendy. It's almost like we're not analyzing the collection at this point if we just keep saying that. But it's just too trendy for me, not necessarily for everybody. So this is where I'm having a little bit of I'm finding a little bit of a challenge for myself, because I'm sure people, when we talk about a new collection coming out, for example, I'm speaking from personal experience as a preference for myself as well. So the commentary will come across a little bit too skewed at the same time. So I'm having a little bit of a trouble with this one, because as much as I love looking through different collections that come out, and of course, when a runway collection comes out, it's going to look very, there are going to be pieces that are great to just add as a basic and as a, forever piece in your wardrobe. But there are going to be others that are so out there or just kind of part of the show. And it becomes harder to have that conversation for me. And I'm hoping that our audience is understanding enough to see that, whenever, if I make a commentary about how, like, oh, it's just too out there, that they understand it's more from my own perspective for my collection, even though I'm trying to comment on that collection, rather than don't buy it because it's not good enough type of thing.
Correct. I totally understand. Like, even though I said, like, I just did a Murakami video, like, to talk about it, but I'm coming from the perspective, I like to look at it, but am I going to run out and buy it? The answer is no. So I love this point from Rebecca, because this is exactly what I mean. So I had a Prada essay tell me just yesterday that a bag that I was looking at was going to be limited. It really turned me off from making the purchase. So now I'm waiting. Let's see if it's really limited. I totally get it. So, like, if the Murakami they just launched and it's there, I'll take my time and pick the piece, the one that resonates with me. Then it's not about the chase anymore, because it's a real turn off where right now, right? I guess previously when they first, like, all these luxury houses did all this, like, Supreme, Supreme was the first, I think, first of the few collaborations, and everybody was just chasing it. There was this excitement to it. But today, it is stale. Okay? It's stale. It is annoying. It is, it's such a turn off. So I get it. It's a business. So whatever it is, they do whatever they want. But if I really like something that comes out from a Chanel drop or a LV drop, I'll miss the drop. And then if I really, really, really like it, I bet I will find it in the resale market. when I'm ready to buy it. So yeah, it's a turn off. It's I don't know. I feel like we're all grown-ups right now. Like, why are you treating us like children? I just like get out of it. Get out of it. Get out of it. Get out. That's it. I'm done. Yeah. Oh, sorry. And before I go to this one, so this the turn off one. So to Rebecca's point, it is a turn off. So a few days ago, the Guerlain essay texted me. They had a new drop. Here we go. New drop. Obviously, makeup. They're always dropping things. Okay, always. So they dropped this new set of like eyeshadows and stuff, right? Eyeshadows, lipstick for the spring summer collection. And there was a new meteorite, like a new color with blue and all that. And I collect these. I collect the cases. So and I was looking at it, I was like, we'll see. I mean, they had some new pearls inside, like blue color pearls, pretty cute. So I said, yeah, maybe I'll come and take a look at it. And he said one thing, and I was just like, I will come and take a look at it. Said, it's very limited. There's only 15 pieces left. If you don't take now, it will be reserved. It will be sold out. Instantly, my interest for that item went from maybe to like whatever. whatever. Wow. So I totally get it. Like when they use tactics like that now, it doesn't resonate with me anymore.
But I feel like it maybe still depends on how much you actually want that item. Because I get where you're coming from. Like you almost feel like when they give you that FOMO and saying things like it's the last one, it's so limited, it'll never come back again. Like it gives you FOMO, right? So before it would be like, oh my gosh, I better go and buy it right away. Now you sort of feel like you know better, or maybe you felt like you got conned so many times that you know better.
I know better.
But I do still believe that sometimes when you want something enough, it doesn't matter what they say, you'll still just go and get it. So
correct.
At the very least, I think recognizing sort of like these keywords, trigger words, will make you think twice, which is good going forward. But I wouldn't necessarily, kind of like make that a rule of like, oh, I'll never buy it if they say that. Because I'm sure there are still going to be hype things, trendy things, whatever things that you might still really, really just want to have because it's just who you are, and that's okay too.
True. To the first point about, that it is, to the first point about we know better. When we hear it, we know better. So to add to that, if let's say there is something that I really want, like, oh my gosh, I really want this, and they use this sales tactic on me, I think because I know better, I need to be a little bit more emotionally in tune. Like whether just because, yes, I want it, but do I really need it? So do I really need it? Because that's also something that I have to learn, right? I can want so many things in my life, and now in truly effect, this is what I want. But because you added that FOMO to me, then maybe I need to step back and say, look, will I die? I haven't had it all this while anyway. So yeah, it's a learning. Like it's also what's the word? Like practicing patience and just wait. Because if really, 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 really I wanted it, I could have bought it from the resale market. And if it's truly, 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 truly limited, then I'll just wait for them to sell it in the resale. Like the resale market now is flooded. So the chase, the FOMO tactic, the chase, all of that, I don't have to worry anymore, because sometimes other people will buy it to make a little bit of a profit and they'll sell it, then I'll buy it then. Because last time, I guess maybe 10 years ago, you can't buy. If it's really gone, it's gone, right? Somebody is holding it in their cupboard. But today, there are resellers. There are people that are purposely buying to make a bit of profit. There are people who buy, they regret. The market is so large for hype items. I don't have to worry. So I think it's again, like a light bulb, like, never mind lah. If they tell you it's limited and then you can't get it, then be it, and just wait it out until the emotion has settled, right?
Yeah, waiting for the emotion to settle is always a good idea, whether you really want it or you're not sure if it's just a FOMO thing.
You're right.
Because yeah.
Okay. This is a low buy year. I thank Jo for this. She said, "Why don't you call it less buy year?" Less. Last year, though, all this while, again, on social media, I have been a person that buys in quantity. I buy a lot of things. So I'm also feeling that I just don't want to buy so many things. On top of luxury, I have like my regular basic necessity spend, right? But I've been feeling last year especially, I've been buying a lot of things, just constantly on my phone buying stuff. Maybe in like, your site is eBay or Amazon, it's so simple to buy little things, deliver to the house. So last year I bought every month I felt like I was buying things, delivering to my house. There was such a lot of consumption. So from a luxury perspective, I did buy a few more things. I bought Murakami, I bought my Bottega, I bought my HERMES, I bought, HERMES. I felt like there was a lot of quantity, not necessarily like the price right. So what I want to try to implement this year is have a little bit more self-control in terms of buying stuff. And when it comes to luxury things, don't want to buy the small things anymore. So I don't know how to explain this. Like, buy less, but buy better. Yeah, buy less, but buy better. And across luxury, basic essentials, just really practice this rule that I read somewhere. Apparently, there's this 0.01% rule when it comes to thoughtful spending. Have you heard of it?
Not the 0.01.
Yeah. So basically, let's say you have your whole net worth. Okay, let's say, or I'll just throw it out there. Let's say your net worth is 100,000. Okay, obviously it's not right. It's like, whoa, one amount. Okay, it's 100,000. So 100,000, 0.01% of that is a spend that you can make without thinking, because it will not affect your, wealth. But if anything that's above that, then you'll be like, I need to think about it. So if you look at let's say cash net worth, there is this number. There's a number there that you have to look at whenever you buy things. So you budget it. So, if I spend this, will it affect me in the future? So I was like, oh, interesting. So I have a number in my head right now and it's really low. So I shouldn't be buying anything. I'm like, oh man, shouldn't be buying things. I need to basically, not to say you cannot buy it, but you need to be more thoughtful about it. So you're like, okay, if it's above that, you'll be like, don't just buy it, because then you need to figure out a way to recoup it or save better, blah, blah, blah. Quite interesting. So yeah, my point about this is not about don't buy anything, it's just buy less quantity. And if I had to buy less quantity, less frequent, and if I were to buy it, if it's a larger amount, I'd be okay with it as long as I have given it thought.
Yeah, I never heard of this like rule or never really saw it anywhere, but I do always practice, or I try to anyway, because in the past, I'm talking like 10, 20 years ago, I always get sucked in when something is on sale. Obviously, it's not going to be luxury, because any luxury on sale, even if it's 40% off, it's still a lot of money. So I'm talking about the smaller items, right? let's say a t-shirt is on sale for $5 when normally it's 20 or 25. You just automatically don't think that it's an amount that you need to think about. Like, it's because it's $5, you can buy just like 5 of them, or 5 is equal to 1 t-shirt, right? And I stopped doing that many years ago because a lot of times those colors that are on sale are not really the colors that I would wear, for example. Or maybe sometimes the size is a little off, but I can still pull it off, but I'll still settle because it's only $5. But that $5 that you spend every time, because it's not just a one-time thing, it could be just many, many times, or different items overall. Like sometimes it's $10, sometimes it's $20. Every time you just let it go, like let yourself go and buy it, it adds up. It's like compounding interest over time. It just feels that way because it just adds up so quickly over the lifetime of, like, even just 1 year. Over the 1 year, it adds up to a significant amount. Let's say that amount, we're just making it up, but let's say that amount is $500 at the end of the year. It's $500 you could have spent on a nice Chanel wallet back then. So it's sort of like something that I stopped doing. I don't just buy because it's on sale. At least that's my rule. Because there was several times that when I went shopping, when I was still new to the family, I would go shopping with the extended family, and everyone would get so excited when it's a sale, especially when it's like, $5 versus $20, $25, right? And I would ask, because I'm like the fashion person, like I would get asked like, oh, should I buy it? And I would just look at that person because I don't want to say no, don't buy it. But I would just look at that person. I'm like, do you need this t-shirt right now? Are you going to wear it tomorrow? And they're like, no, but it's just good to have. And then I would explain like, I know it's only $5 and it's such a good deal. Like, I wouldn't blame you if you bought it. But every time you spend that $5 everywhere else because you think it's worth it, but chances are it's going to pile up in your wardrobe. It's going to pile up in your wardrobe. You're going to have all these random colors, random sizes, random t-shirts that you don't really need, you don't really love. Maybe, okay, fine. Sometimes you might have a few that you actually love so much and it was only $5. But chances are those are not always going to happen, right? So wouldn't you want to just save, even if it's just $5, it accumulates over time. And they're like, oh yeah, you're so right. And so I try to do that. I mean, it doesn't always work, but I try to do that. I feel like it's maybe the equivalent of this rule. Because I've never heard of 0.01%, but like for me, it's always like the sale. It always got me when I was younger. It always got me, and I end up with a pile of clothes that I would just consign in a few years with tags, never worn. So yeah, it comes with a lot of experience. I have to say, it comes with a lot of experience in shopping,
and it comes with a lot of willpower, experience, and willpower because it's so tempting.
It's so easy.
If I were to
spend,
it's so easy. You don't think about it.
Nominal amount.
Correct. So the first point about buying less. So let's look at luxury. Let's just take this as an example. So because obviously we're not talking about a $5 thing, right? So say the luxury item. I have practiced it to a certain extent. Like, for example, it was so easy to buy Tweelies, Hermes. Tweely, 200 there, 400 there.
Okay.
And then, but what if I stop buying all that 10 Tweelies? That's $2,000-$3,000 that I could have bought an Hermes wallet. Okay, same thing with LV, right? You could buy little things all over the place, but then you buy a bag. So for me, obviously, I don't do that right now. I don't buy little things from luxury, but it could also be if I were to buy stuff from, say, Hermes. Obviously, I'm still shopping there, but instead of buying 2 pieces of ready to wear, I'll buy a piece of jewelry. Because now we're talking, amounts are now bigger, right? So instead of buying, one dang jacket of like 2,000 and then let's say buy an Hermes Apple Watch, which is another almost 2,000, and then buy freaking 3 pairs of shoes. Why don't I just not buy all of that, wait that 4, 5, 6 months, and buy myself a really nice piece of jewelry from Hermes? Something like that. So in a sense, I don't need all those 5 things, but I can have this one item, dang giant diamond here, I'm saying, okay, and I'll just enjoy it. So from a luxury perspective, I mean, buy less, the quantum could still end up to be the same. But at least it's something that I thought about. And then from the other perspective, all these little things, how many Uniqlo t-shirts do I need? No lah. I'll buy a nice top from wherever, Massimo Dutti, something like that.
It's hard. I have to say,
It's gonna be hard. This is
I'm
going to be hard, I agree. So we'll see.
It's hard to for everyone, I'm sure, because as much as I've had enough experience buying like lower price items and not spending on the sales items that way. I feel like it's another level to do it at the luxury level. I think an example that everyone can probably relate is like SLGs, for example. Like if you bought it,
Yes.
some people collect SLGs and it's one of their favorite pastime and hobby. And you know what? Their collection is so amazing. Like when you have the whole layout and you look at everything, it's like so beautiful. But and that's fine if that's what you do. But when I see that kind of thing, and it could so easily happen to me, not SLG, but like I buy a lot of scarves, I buy too many shoes, just things that I buy too many belts, like things that I love, I will buy multiples because I just feel like, oh, if I already love it, I'm gonna wear all of them, right? But at one point there's gonna be a cutoff where you actually won't wear the new stuff because you're just gonna wear your favorite color and the whatever, like the few favorites, and then all the extra prints and all the extra patterns you're just not really going to wear as much, which is totally me as well. So it's hard. I feel like it's not just experience, but it's also a constant awareness thing that you have to keep building from experience. I don't know. I don't know if anybody has perfected their buying pattern.
Is an ongoing journey to eventually not buy anything and only necessities.
Not buy anything, only to buy that one thing at the end, right? Like to buy that one thing.
Some of our subscribers, they will say, I only bought this one thing this year for myself. And that to me is like the ultimate part to reach, because you have such willpower, you have such certainty in the stuff you like, and nothing distracts you, and you're so content that you said, you know what, I'm just gonna treat myself to this one gorgeous 2-carat pink diamond on my birthday, and I'll be like, wow, it's incredible. Like it to me, because I like to YOLO, man, I like to treat myself. But like you said, right, I mean, it's awareness, it's the constant, like, how do I get better at this? I think this year, and I see a comment from Joe, this year for me, damn, I ain't gonna buy anything from the dang Hermes private sale. I'm obviously thinking I will get invited.
Just don't go.
I think I'll get invited again. But if I don't, even better. But if I do, I am going to just. The best thing is don't go, obviously. Don't go. But I'm a curious. I'm a curious monster. I want to go and see it. But that is where the willpower comes in, okay?
Asking for trouble. Don't go. In that case, don't go.
Delete the email. Delete the email. That is true FOMO, right? Everybody like, oh my gosh, look at all that.
We'll find out. We'll find out. Because I was just saying we were just talking, me and my husband, he was asking me just the other day, he's like, oh, do you think they'll invite me to the sale next year? I said, if they have one, because we don't know if they'll have one again in Vancouver. That's the problem. I feel like in Canada, they don't even have a sale every year. And if they do have one, it's not always going to be in the same city. It's always, in the past 7 years, it's always been in Toronto. So unless they have one in Vancouver, I feel like I need to go because it's only still just going to be my second time. But I do agree. But I do have to say though, like if we do go, which I know we'll go crazy again, like we'll end up grabbing a lot of things, and then you just have to revise yourself at the end to really ask yourself, am I actually gonna wear this like right now? If the answer is no, you're buying it for the future, better just not buy it right now and just buy it in the future when you need it. Even if it's at 50% off, like it's a hard thing to do. It's really, really hard to just let it go when it's such a good deal, right? But I will definitely still go if it happens again. But I just know it will be a real struggle to practice
Wow.
this like very awareness pattern of buying, like very, you know exactly what is extra and what is needed. Technically nothing is needed, but like, it's hard. It's really, really hard.
It's hard. So
In
we
your
will
case,
see.
I
This
feel
is
like you should just not go because it happens every year.
I know. I know. But you see, because you see the problem with the both of us is we are on social media. So then in my head, my mind is like, oh, I could talk about this on my YouTube.
Like research.
So it is so guys, if you ever want to be a content creator, don't be a luxury one, okay? Because it's so
I
bad,
know, right?
so bad for your wallet. It is so toxic in a way because my person is like, I don't really need to go, but I have this quote unquote job, or at least I want to share people are not going, and I can talk about it, and it's like it's a brain number two that has a different purpose. So it's going to be hard. I probably will go, and I will go and like look, but then can I hold back? Oh, that will be the challenge. Don't bring my wallet.
We'll hear about it in a few months.
August. Okay. So, I saw this phrase somewhere, I think on IG, and another light bulb for me. I am really notorious with negotiating with myself. Notorious. So things like being grateful, saying no to weekday alcohol, and doing my exercises. I will continue these. These are from last year. I put it on my vision board, but every day I negotiate with myself. Every day. I put it as something that I want to do. I say, I want to be more grateful today. And I tell myself I need to write something to be grateful on. But I always negotiate, I'll do it tomorrow. This is negotiating with yourselves. Oh, I'll do it later. I will, or maybe not today. I'm tired. Similar to drinking. Like yesterday, I negotiated with myself yesterday. I was like, I am tired. I had a hard. No, yesterday is Friday. Friday is okay. Thursday. In the morning, I told myself, no, I will stick to it. But at night, I negotiated with myself. I said, it's just one. It's just one. Similarly to, I promised myself to do a weekly exercise, and I didn't achieve it last year. I had my little thing that one exercise per week, but I didn't. I negotiated myself the whole year saying, I'm so tired. I got class later. I can do it later. Let me rest first. Blah, 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 blah. So I have to stop negotiating with myself. I just have to. It's like a promise that you make to yourself, but I keep breaking the promise to myself. So yeah, I have started it. I failed on the drinking, but definitely the first one, right? Like last night, I almost negotiated with myself to say I will write my journal later. But I stopped myself and like, just do it. Just do it. Just 5 minutes to do it. And I felt so much better after that. So I have to practice this. I have to just stop it. Just, you make a deal with yourself, right? Deal with the devil, the own person. But I constantly break the promise to myself.
Just do it. Yeah, I totally understand. I just told my husband earlier as well. And it's not part of my slides, but something that I am incredibly bad at is it's because at night I'm more of a night owl. So at night I have more energy and I have more stamina to like, I don't know, look up things, browse, read up on things, or just even watch TV till like the morning. I'm just so much more productive in a way at night that I just don't want to get ready for bed. And that is a problem because it will go like this at first. Like I'll have energy, and then eventually when it's like 2 a.m., I'll literally crash. Like I'll be like so tired, I don't even want to brush my teeth. I just want to crawl in bed. And the problem is, of course, I have to brush my teeth and wash my face and all that stuff, right? Get ready for bed. And that routine, that 15-minute routine that you need to do as part of hygiene, wakes me up, because I would brush my teeth, wash my face, and it just wakes me up again, and I'll have this like I guess this adrenaline rush again, and it would actually prevent me from falling asleep and going to sleep. So I even told myself, I told hubby when he came home earlier, I told him, I was like, I'm gonna hate this. And he was wondering like, what the hell am I gonna talk about? I said, I'm gonna hate this so much, but can you just like force me to go brush my teeth? Like force me to go do my nighttime routine, like get ready for bed routine by whatever time he does, because he usually does it pretty consistently, since he's more of a morning person too. So he does it earlier. I do it much later. I said, whenever you do it, just force me to do it. And I'm going to hate it, because I'm going to be like, doing something. I don't want to stop my workflow, or I'm going to be watching a show and I don't want to stop watching for like half an hour, just stepping away from it. Like, I'm going to hate it because I hate getting interrupted, but I'm going to have to do it. At least it has to be, this has to be done at least for my sleep. Like I guess my sleeping habits is already, my sleep problem is already so bad that my sleeping habit needs to get better. This is my point. So I told him to force me. I'll see how that goes. It's not in the slides, but that's something I just told him to make me do.
This sentence in your head, every time your husband tells you, you say, okay, Amy, stop negotiating yourself. Then go, I'm doing this right now, because it is so, your brain will want to go back. You will negotiate with yourself. And when I saw this on IG and I was like, what is this? So I read up about it. I'm like, oh my God, I do this all the time.
We all do it, yeah.
We all do it. We negotiate with ourselves by small things. Like say, I'll do it afterwards. I'll do it. Let me sit down first. Let me sit down first. Let me do this first. Let me hold off.
My email. Let me finish writing this. Let me finish that. Correct. And it's never the case.
And actually, even though it's one sentence, because your initial subconscious is say, I need to wake up. But that, I need to wake up because I need to do something, but you will negotiate. Say, give me 5 more minutes. Give me, just another 2 minutes on the phone. Let's say like now, I say I need to cook. Say, I'll cook in 5 minutes. This is all negotiation, because you have actually set tasks for yourself to do certain things, but you make excuses. So it was another light bulb for me. I'm like, oh my God, I've been doing this so much, which is why I cannot stick to my routine, cannot stick to things like say, I'm going to promise myself to wake up early in the morning to walk my dog. But I'm awake, like my brain set the goal. My subconscious is negotiating. I'm like, enough 5 minutes to sleep. Next thing I know, it's half an hour later. I'm late to walk my dog, blah, 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 and everything just falls apart. So same thing with drinking. But I was better last year because I feel like it affected me, right? Exercise as well. Exercise as well is one thing, right? I told myself I will do an exercise a week, and I'm not even asking myself, right, to do 1 hour in my house. Just a small stretch, 15 minutes yoga. But the whole year, I negotiated with myself. I said, I got class later. I don't want to sweat now. I don't want to shower twice. Every single excuse in my brain worked, and I did not achieve this goal. So I think it's, to this point, Joe, force yourself. I agree. But one thing is about forcing, right? I think it's also awareness, like why you need to force yourself. You shouldn't just negotiate, just do it. You made yourself a promise, just do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, that's it. I gotta stop, because it's an inner dialogue right here.
It's a good one. Thank you, Kat. All right, I'm just watching the clock so that I can manage my slides. So here's a recap of all my what I said last year, and I'll go through them one by one, but this is just the main scream of everything that I talked about. So last year, so just to give context, right? Like last year's goals or last year's mindset goals were all kind of like a refinement of the previous year. So whatever I set to do in 2024, I kind of made them more specific in 2025. And sometimes it worked, but sometimes it didn't work. So last year, I made it so specific. I said, I'm going to just focus on light neutrals, light color handbags, white handbags, cream handbags, light gray whatsoever. And it's just too narrow because what happened is that it's so unpredictable, like especially when I'm mostly focused on the HERMES part of the journey. I still buy Chanel, but last year I haven't been able to or haven't bought any Chanel handbags. I bought Chanel items, not Chanel handbags. So this specific goal of concentrating on like the white neutrals was a bit too specific. So it kind of didn't work out, right? I got my SO. It was not in white because it was made the previous year as well. So I'm going to refine this goal again this year. Similarly, I said, you know what? I should avoid black as a color or like the dark colors all the time. I'm going to focus more on the light neutrals. And once again, it was very narrow. I think it's okay to have specific goals. And I realize that sometimes it can be really, really useful. But I think in my case, and I think because I'm still trying to achieve this sort of capsule, right? In quotation, capsule wardrobe for me, the perfect wardrobe for me doesn't always pan out to be like, if I want one specific colorway to work on, it's maybe too narrow because at the end of the day, it also depends on what I find, what works out. And sometimes there are just other colors that also work. And black is still always a good choice for me, at least in terms of what I end up wearing anyway. So to focus too narrowly on one color palette, even though I'm saying all light neutrals, it's still a little bit too narrow. I did, of course, incorporate quite a few nice pieces, but didn't exactly pan out, I suppose, as a general goal, right? So I'm going to refine that once again this year, but make it a bit more. Well, you'll see. I'll just show you. The next one I had, again, this is a refinement of the previous year's goal. So my previous year, I said, I won't be buying any more costume jewelry. I'll only focus on fine jewelry, which obviously worked out. And then last year I said, you know what? Instead of just saying no to costume jewelry, I'm actually not even going to have a wish list because I feel like having a wish list in this sense, especially for fine jewelry, was so much pressure because if I say, oh, I want to buy like this, that, first of all, I am such a perfectionist and like I want, especially for fine jewelry, especially if I consider a piece, I think about it for a long time. I go and try it a few times, and I really, really try to imagine or visualize whether that piece will become a part of my core collection where I actually wear quite often. I want that piece to have a lot of exposure on me, like a lot of cosplayer basically, so that it's not only worth it, but it actually also incorporates seamlessly with what I already own, right, in my existing stack. So I take so much time to consider each piece, and I'm so good at it at this point that having no wish list, meaning not having the pressure of like trying to achieve this, that piece, was working out for me very well because I don't just go and buy, like, unlike the sale items that I was talking about earlier. For me, true fine jewelry, I take such a long time to consider each piece that many price increases have gone through. And yeah, it sucks, but at the end of the day, at least I end up with the exact piece I want. I know that will work out. So I feel like having the no wish list for the jewelry worked out quite well for me. I ended up buying the one that you guys saw me unbox in my recent video. and I'm really happy about it. So I think I'm going to keep going with this.
I have to say, to your point that you said, no pressure, like the pressure to buy it. And I think that resonates with me, because when you ask me, do you really like, what wish list do you have? And I put those few, right? I put like, okay, an Apple Watch, I don't mind that. And then a BV bag. But I can see, I'm putting that as like a goal, like a wish list. I feel right now forced to go and take a look at it. On top of wanting to go and look at it, but I also feel like I need to go, because I need to go and check it out. I need to. So there's a bit of a 50-50 right now. Like I like it, and I don't mind checking it out, but people change, right? I can just say I don't want it anymore. But there's this pressure, right? This is like this whole like expectation. Oh, you must get this bag now. Like, so I totally resonate with like having not having a wish list is freeing. But at the same time, you can look at it, the other side of the coin is like, you don't have any focus. Are you going to buy anything in the world? Which is probably me.
I know, so it's a little weird. I think for me, it only works for jewelry though, because I get too easily influenced with any other things, right? Okay, for me, maybe it'll work for not only jewelry, but like makeup, for example. Like I'm not influenced by makeup very much. If I am interested in a makeup item, I will actually do a lot of research on the item. I'll try to watch every tutorial about the product, the pros and cons. I do so much research on just like one makeup product, because I usually, if I commit to a makeup product, I'll buy it. I'll make sure that it works on me, and then I'll literally finish it. Like I hit pan, I'll use up the whole tub. Like I'm pretty good at that. So I feel like it only works for these two category of items for me, just because I'm so serious about them. Which, is a pro and a con in a way, because you take so much time to do it that it's almost like, oh, nobody looks at this item anymore. In the case of jewelry, I suppose maybe jewelry is also okay because they never expire. Like jewelry is always just going to stay there. It doesn't tarnish. And the only bad part is the price increases, like because luxury brands tends to have their big price increase every year. In the case of Tiffany, 3 times a year, right? Hermes once a year. So it is a con in that sense. But I'm okay with it only because it's such a big ticket item too. Like I'm trying to focus not just on fine jewelry, but I want it to be like a bit blingy, right? I want diamond jewelry. So the price is going to be high regardless. So I want it to be really like but I'm 110% sure about them. So yes, it sucks that it's, I ended up buying, not this one, but I ended up buying the Kelly chain, right? I've tried it for 3 years already. It's gone through thousands of dollars of price increase. It sucks so bad, but now I'm sure it felt right to buy it this year. And, money you can always make again, but like mistakes is worse regrets. You can't really go back on them, right? So I feel like there's pros and cons, obviously, but for me, jewelry works out to not have a very specific wish list. Like just because I don't have a wish list though doesn't mean that I don't want them, right? I still want them, but like I won't give myself the pressure to need to like buy them right away or to try to achieve them right away. I'll take my time to research them and to try them on. If I have to try them on several times and still not buy them and like not be able to buy them because they'll go out of stock or whatever, so be it, right? Like it's sort of, maybe something else will come up and it'll be better. Like sort of how I look at it. But I'm only okay to do it with jewelry. I don't think I'll have the same discipline with handbags or with certain other things, right? Like I think ready-to-wear handbags, they can sometimes be more of a trendy thing or like a more fast-paced thing that is harder for me to be disciplined in those areas. But for jewelry, I am okay because they don't really change that much or that fast. Okay, so this is my lifestyle goal that I had last year and the previous years. I wanted to, obviously, it's a constant struggle to work on my fitness because it's a fine balance with my health situation as well. So I always said that, you know, even if it's just doing a little bit better every day, 1% better every day is already going to add up to so much, right? The only thing is that I said here failed miserably only because last year, you know, pretty much the last half part of the year, my health was very much up and down, like pretty much down in a way. Every time it got a little bit better, it was down again. So um, I don't want to say that I failed because I didn't put in the effort. It was more unpredictable more than anything. Like it failed because my health failed me. Um, I think at the beginning of the part of the year, I did try my best to put on that exercise outfit, to go on that half-hour walk, whatsoever. Like I did put a few W's in the calendar. Like I said, I have it right here, but it was mostly the beginning of the year, and then um, a multitude of different problems came up, starting with the knee, and then the flu, and then like everything else just kind of went down the hill. So I'll talk a little bit more about how I'm gonna tackle this area. It's gonna be a constant battle for me for sure. Okay, so this was something something that I came up last year that I said, you know what, because this is a recap of last year, right? Something that I came up that I said, you know what, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna call it a not budget. So basically every time I was tempted to buy something, but I resisted, I'm gonna save that amount of money to see how much it amounts to at the end of the year. But on the same token, every time I was not successful at resisting buying something and I bought it, I should also save that amount of money, like that same amount of money in the account, and see basically how much the damage would have been at the end of the year. I didn't exactly implement it, meaning I didn't save that amount of money. I didn't really have that extra amount of money that came up that I could have like really put away. But what I realized with this sort of more of a fun experiment that I came up with is that every time there was either something that I really wanted to buy it, either by impulse or just anything that I was faced with a decision to whether to buy it or not, it made me a lot more aware of what was going on. Like I know it was like I know what was going on. Like it was, I am trying to resist it. I feel like it's an impulse. And sometimes I did fail and I did buy it. And sometimes I did succeed and did not buy it. And the times that I succeeded in not buying was quite a few times. And even though I didn't save those amounts of money that I said I would just to see like what the experiment would end up with, like the amount, I feel like the process of going through that, because I was going through that in my head, made me realize that I had so many FOMOs, and once the FOMO passed and I didn't act on it, I was really proud of myself. Like I felt like, okay, I achieved something, even though it was nothing, because I didn't really buy anything. I was just thinking about it. It was just the process. But I just felt like, you know what, it's okay to miss out on things. And it's something that you can get used to the more you practice. Because just like any skills in life, and this is a silly skill, right? It's so silly. We're talking about buying luxury. But as silly as it is, the more you practice missing out and like having that FOMO high and like, you know, low type of thing, you get used to it at the end of the day. So you get used to you get used to the disappointment at the end, right? The disappointment of like, oh, I didn't buy it, I'm disappointed, and now the item is gone. But then a few days later, you feel relieved that you didn't buy it. So it was kind of fun. And I don't think I need to continue with this little goal next year, but it was just sort of a fun experiment, like a fun sort of like mind game that I had with myself. I'm pretty much sure this one is the last goal that I had last year, or maybe there's another one. I said that I would continue to buy more memories, meaning that you know, buying luxury items, like actual materialistic items, is great, but memories are another thing, right? Memories are things that will last forever in your mind and they cannot be replaced. So that's something I wanted to continue to focus on. And I talked about like I wanted to have like one big travel experience every year, which of course it didn't happen last year. And that was disappointing. So I'm going to refine this goal, make it not too specific to just traveling. Because yes, I had an amazing trip in 2024 and that was planned and everything. But last year, nothing happened. We didn't even go on a little like side weekend trip at all. We didn't. One of the reasons is because obviously Canadians are trying to not go to the US right now. So that's one of the reasons why we didn't even go on a little side trip. Like we didn't even do anything. Plus, I was sick half of the year. Like 6 months out of the year, I was sick. So it was sort of like, it was very demotivating. So we'll work on that this year. All right. So I try to make it a bit more simple this year, but still focused, right? And I try to use my own pictures, which is so this is my bag. So for this year, I decided I'm gonna bundle bags, so luxury handbags and jewelry together as part of the goal. I'm calling it the reset. So this year, not only will I continue to not have like a real like concrete wish list for not only just jewelry, but even for handbags. Because handbags, last year I said, okay, I'll just buy Chanel and Hermes and I'll try to focus on non-black handbags. That was too specific. Plus I had no opportunities to buy any Chanel bags and no opportunities to buy any other Hermes bag except this bag, which I already knew it was coming, but I just didn't know when. And so instead, I'm just gonna set it as like this year. I just want to kind of evaluate as a whole my collection, how it looks like right now, and I'm gonna decide based on how I want it to look like and work towards that. So right now, I feel like there's not really many it's not really lacking anywhere anything in my collection as far as my handbags. Of course, I love the mini Kelly size. In a way, I almost treat the mini Kelly as almost like a little collectible, because although I use the mini Kelly, but I've always said that they're not the most practical item. But in a way, for me, the mini bags, I just want to have almost like all the colors just to have them, and also just to be able to have them when I need to use them on a special occasion. So I'm not gonna put pressure on myself, but I would love to maybe work on another one, a different colorway, but again, no pressure. I'm not giving myself the pressure. So not a wish list in a sense, but I would love to have that in the future, like sometime in the future, whenever that happens. And just keep it simple that way. I'm gonna work on what I want to add this year, what I want to stop buying, and maybe what I want to sell again. So it's sort of like more like a constant reevaluation of how I want my handbag and jewelry collection to look like. I also want to say the reason why. Oh, sorry, what?
No, I was sorry, cut you there. I was saying I like this goal. Like it's sort of resetting your, it's not as drastic of selling everything and and buying everything back, right? But reevaluating and assessing what you really want. I don't want to say need, right? Because what you want, we don't need anything of this, or what we want. And I agree, when it comes to handbags, we just keep it simple. So like me, BV bag, that's it. That's it. I don't know what else can come. It's the whole year. There could be nice bags from Hermes. There could be a nice bag from Chanel. If it's right, if it feels right, if it fits, then go for it. So yeah,
and that is I guess this is a segue for next So next week we're gonna have a members episode where Kat and I will actually share our, I'm gonna call it the shopping reset list. Like we are gonna share what we envision getting this year, and also what we're gonna stop buying this year, and then possibly what we're gonna let go to make this collection of ours to look the way that we want it to look. Like I said, I'm looking at my collection right now, and I don't really see any holes. Like there's not really any really like I pretty much have any bag. Sorry, I should say I for any occasion that I'm possibly need a bag, I should have that bag already, like that I can use. Like I said, the only little maybe space I can allocate is like a light neutral in a mini size. That would be the only thing that's missing. Again, because this Hermes journey is so unpredictable, and even Chanel has become unpredictable for me because basically any of the popular or the trendy bags, they go to VIPs. I can't even buy them. Like, I mean, eventually I'll be able to buy them when it's available to the most general public, the general mass, when they're allowed the rest of us to buy. But like at this point, I feel like I just cannot even predict when I'm gonna be able to get what I want. Like even if I put it on my wish list, it might not end up working out. So I just don't want to put that pressure on myself. I'm going to strive to get that to complete my collection. Whenever that is completed, we don't know, but I'm going to just strive. It's almost like a vision board of what I want my handbag collection to look like, but it's not that serious. It's just like, we can plug this little hole, but it doesn't matter when, right? And that's sort of like what next week's episode is going to look like. Kind of going more in depth. Yeah, so that's for handbags and for jewelry. No pressure there. Secondly, my wardrobe. So my closet, it's an ongoing, it's always an ongoing process. I'm always, I think the styles do change, of course. I feel like the trends, even though they may be trendy in one moment, like right now it's all about the baggier jeans, right? It used to be like high waist baggy jeans, and this year is like lower or mid waist baggy jeans, and who knows, maybe next year it'll be skinny jeans. Like sort of those trends I will follow to a certain point, because I'll follow as long as it fits my body type, and I'll follow as long as it's comfortable on me. So I will still kind of like buy based on those patterns, not so much like the trendy in the sense of like the very exaggerated embellishments or bells and whistles. Like those I'll try to avoid. But in essence, this year I'm going to continue to focus not just on like neutrals, because that's too specific. I want to focus on anything that is a neutral palette for me, a wardrobe color that is perfect for me. So my neutrals usually is gray, black, white cream, even pink is actually really attractive on my skin tone. So I will focus on just the quality basics, but in a neutral palette that works for me. I'm also going to allow myself, like I said, right, I'm still going to allow myself the trendier piece here and there, but maybe not from the luxury brand, maybe just from like the boutique brands or the higher quality boutique brands, such as Fabrique is one of those. But I'm going to allow myself for sometimes those pieces, because I think trend is still important to follow to a certain extent, just so that, I don't know, for me it's important because I love fashion, so I still follow it to some degree. But I will have guidelines. So my guideline is still, will I wear it right now? So if I'm faced with, again, a purchase decision in front of me, whether that's an impulse or just something that I really want, will I wear it right now? If the answer is no, and not even like next week, I should probably not buy it. I will
Mm.
also think about how often I'll wear it, because I think sometimes I'm gonna say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna wear it right away because it's so nice. I'm gonna wear it to like this event, whatever." But am I just gonna wear it to that event and never again? So I have to think about those use cases, like how often am I gonna be able to get cost per wear out of that item, because I also should think about whether that will go with many of what I already own as well, right? Um, and the seasonal curation is, again, it's an ongoing process for me. I every season changes. I will go through my clothing and see what I can donate, or if they're in good shape and quality pieces, I'll consign. So I'll always have to go through them every time just to like kind of recycle what I don't want or what I don't like or don't wear, and just keep. The goal is to make it the capsule wardrobe for me, even though it's not a true capsule wardrobe, but it's just the one that works for me. So again, I'm still trying to buy what I need right now, buy what I will wear right now. But I'm not going to be so narrow focused on just light neutrals. I'll just include everything, but quality basics for me, especially if it's like luxury ready to wear.
Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah. Okay, so here, like I said earlier, and actually, I wasn't even sure if I was gonna talk more about it, but I will. I decided I'm gonna share it in the members live tomorrow. So tomorrow's session is a little bit more. It's more of a chit chat, but just to, I guess, I don't know, share what's been going on. But yeah, my health is a constant challenge, obviously. Not to get too in detail, but it was quite unpredictable. Like I haven't. This year has been the most hospital visits I've ever had in my life in a year, in like a few months span. So very, it was very not just physically draining. Well, I physically it was pretty bad, but like I was also mentally drained by that. Um, so I still want to work on my fitness, obviously, because that's really important. Because it's sort of like finding that balance, right? Like anybody who has some sort of illness will understand, like you still need to, when you feel well, you still need to put in the effort to either exercise or to do whatever that you need to get stronger, so that whenever you do fall sick, at least you're here, not here, right? Because we're only getting older. So this year I don't want to make it too narrow again for me as a goal. I'm still gonna keep it at, I want to just try to do better every day. My goal is to always put on the exercise outfit. I think the moment I put on my outfit, I'll just feel more motivated. I might not even go exercise that day, but I'll just put it on anyway. So that's still a goal. And then I was kind of left with this challenge because I guess last year, what didn't work out was that when I did put on that outfit and I said I would put on the outfit and just go do it, right? Like you said, go just do it, 30-minute walk whatsoever. Sometimes that was still too much for me. And I'll explain. The fact that, again, my health is just very up and down, right? There are just days where I just don't have that energy. And that half-hour walk will either kill me, make me faint, or whatever. Like I'll just have no more stamina to do anything else, either because of, I mean, we'll talk about it tomorrow, but like sometimes I'll just, end up with a lot of joint pain and I just can't even do my proper work. So it didn't work out that way. Like I was just forcing myself to do that minimum too rigorously. Like, and sometimes I would, if I'm done the 30-minute walk, I'd be like, oh, you know what? I still have energy. Let's walk another 10 minutes. And I end up draining myself. So I think this year I'm going to switch it. It's just the order. I'm going to put that exercise outfit. And then whatever task I need to get done, whether it's, I don't know, a chore or just something more like having more importance. I'll get that done first, then I'll go for my exercise if I still have energy left. I don't know. I'm still experimenting. Again, I'm not sure if this will be the answer to my challenge, because I feel like what I was doing before, like I was prioritizing the exercise first and then whatever else after. Sometimes that kind of like backfired because I wouldn't be able to do the task I needed to do afterwards. Or sometimes it's like days of recovery and not be able to be productive for a few days. And obviously with the health decline, that was just like it just didn't happen. Like there was no fitness goal whatsoever achieved. So yeah, I'm gonna not be so hard on myself. At least I'll try, because I think in the last 2 years I was putting like a timestamp. Like I need to do 10 minutes. I need to do half hour. I think that was too specific, and sometimes I overachieve and it backfired. This time I'll just switch the order, and I'll just do whatever I can. I think that's the idea. I'll do what I can and see how it goes.
What would be an example of one task? Say.
Like I said, it could be a chore. Sometimes let's say I have to cook dinner.
Mop the floor like that.
So like I would go for my exercise, and then I will come home and I have no energy to cook whatsoever. Or I'll have sometimes it's even just like doing, I don't know, it's some sort of work, right? Like it could be just like YouTube related. Sometimes I want to film because I should be making content also, right? And I would just not have the energy to do it afterwards. And so like I said, I don't really know the answer. I don't know what's right for me, honestly. I will try to just switch the order. And I don't know if that's maybe not prioritizing health in a way. Like I don't really know if I don't know. I think it was just this was a very difficult challenge for me this past year. I just don't really know what the right answer is. I had the pleasure of meeting a subscriber turned friend, and he owns a beautiful Pilates studio here in Vancouver. And I went to his studio, and I ended up doing a reel for him because he showed me like how to exercise for my body, like do some like what's considered like strength training for me, because like obviously my level is very different from everybody. And I thought that I could incorporate those in my routine. And I don't want to say that I can't do it. I hate the word I can't, but there were just days I was so in such bad shape, whether it's like because of just again the chronic disease that I have, that I'm almost at this fine line of whether I should do the exercise or not. And I just have trouble finding the right balance sometimes. And this is what I'm trying to say here. Like I still don't really know what the answer is. I think before I was giving myself so much slack that I was just not even doing exercise. But in the last couple of years, I said to myself that, I should still exercise, but just do what I can. So my motivation was to put on the outfit so that I feel like just at least having it, you might as well go out, right? Like just having the outfit on, you might as well just do it. It did help with the motivation, but I think the wear and tear, like I was supposed to talk about it tomorrow, but like one of the things that happened this year was the wear and tear from doing it so often. Let's say the 30-minute, it was wearing tearing on my knee joint so much that I got injured. And it's a very fine line. Like I said, it's a very fine line of like whether I should even sometimes do it or just not do it to that extent or not. Like it's sort of, I'm playing with a lot of like just trying to get to learn to work with my body a lot. So we'll come back to this. Like, this is an ongoing process. We'll come back to revising all these goals in a half-year time as well, and I'll let you know how it went. I forgot to tell Clara, but so recently, this is just a picture of after the new year. I went out to have a drink and a meal with Clara. We shopped a little bit. So this is just a picture to just show what my goal is. So last year I said I would buy more experiences, buy more memories through traveling. And unfortunately, it didn't happen. So what I want to do and expand on this goal this year is not just traveling, but I want to just buy more experiences, right? Like either through travel or through seeing my friends more often or calling my friends, because some of my best friends, they live so far away. I want to do more of those things to enrich my life outside of just shopping, because travel is not always going to be happening for me. Again, we just don't have the flexibility sometimes. And even though this year we are planning on traveling, which is great, I'm really looking forward to it. But like things can still happen, right? Sometimes you can still cancel. So I don't want to just focus on traveling, because if it doesn't happen, I get really disappointed. And so I want to add on to that. I should see my friends more often, maybe at least once a month, maybe do something that scares me or learn something new. Like that will enrich my life with more experiences, and buying more of these like experience, like use money to buy these experiences is worth it. I added do something that scares me each month. I don't know, we'll see, because there's many things that scares me, like just even meeting new people scares me. There's many things that actually scares me, so I will try to at least try to experience things that scare me internally. I may not show it, but like I'll just try to do it. Try it at least once a month or once every couple months, just to add to the very mundane life, right? Because life is such a routine. It's always well, if you're a parent, it's always about someone else or somebody else. So to try to nurture me and myself, outside of doing YouTube, which is of course very enriching as well. But outside of that, I feel like I need more personal experiences, like one-to-one, like more kind of intimate experiences, just going out with a friend. I should do that more often, because it's so easy, like in Canada, especially in the colder months, it's so easy to just want to be a hermit. It's so cold, you don't want to go out. You'd rather just stay in and just watch TV. And I'm so happy to do that as well, because I'm such an introvert. I'm so happy to just be by myself. And it's such an easy thing for me to do, basically, right? So that going out becomes harder for me to do, because I'm not motivated to do it. But I want to do that more often in 2026. Just even if, let's say, seeing a friend is not possible, but calling a friend. Even calling is so hard these days. I find, I don't know if I'm the only one struggling with this. Like, I hope there are people here that can relate to what I'm saying. But like these days, everybody can just send a text and be done with it. Whereas you could be calling these people and have like long hour chats, and then that can be really enriching as well. But it's hard. It was hard for me last year, because when I was in a very like in a state of malaise, I just didn't want to talk to anybody. I had to deal with it by myself, and so it's sort of like finding that balance this year. And that is it. So Let's see how we're doing in time. Oh yeah, we're good. So just to remind everyone, if you're not aware or if you're new to this podcast, we do this sort of live stream every week. And on top of that, we also have a members only live stream. I think three times a month, right? Like 2 times on
3 times.
our channel and then 1 extra on each of our channel, alternating on our channels. So you can subscribe on our main page, on our channel page. There are 2 levels. So I'm not going to advertise this every time, but because this is the beginning of the year, just wanted to let you guys know if you're new here. So both on my channel and on Kat's channel, because we alternate between our 2 channels.
That's a great one. I think the last point about buying memories is something that I know it's really hard, even for me, because you say I also introvert. I don't hate it, but it's definitely not something that comes naturally. It's something that we have
outside of
to
my
mind.
comfort zone.
Yeah, it's out of comfort zone, and you have to build a habit. So one of the things that I tried to do, and obviously there are months that I just totally like, oh, I don't want to do it. But there was a point in time that I was having friends over my place once a month, and it was the lead up to it is like, oh my gosh, I gotta cook, I gotta make hot pot and everything. But that after that, all of that, it will fade because they'll come over, we'll chat, and it was really nice. But because it's not a natural thing to do, like I'm not an extrovert, like come all the time. Of course, there's going to be moments where you feel like, oh, I need a break. I'm not 3 months, I never want to see them. And then you recharge, but then you kind of reflect and say, actually, it was nice. So then you start again. So maybe that's the kind of like freedom you got to give yourself. So you may want to put it in place, but then there's going to be moments that you just say, no, I'm going to hold up in my own shell and I don't want to see anybody. And then you can appear again. Because it's not natural. And it's really hard to make it natural, even though you say you want to do it, right? You want to go and meet people, you want to call them, but it's effort. But the few times that you actually make the effort, it can be very selfish, but it feels good for you. And it's a win. So, I mean, that's just my sharing, because I tried to do it. I said, I want to go every month, go and meet my friends. And I said, I need to meet people. I need to get, hang out, do something outside of the house. Because like you, filming is definitely a priority, right? If I have that spare time, I have the space, I want to film a video, I want to edit a video, I want to push it out. That takes 2-3 hours of the day, maybe 4 if it's a long video. Where I got energy to meet a friend? No time. So when I was doing it more consistently, I definitely quote unquote burnt out on all these outside activities, right? But because yours, you even have to learn more, do something that scares me. But naturally, we're sort of more introvert. So yeah, I would say it's a great goal to have. It's really, really fulfilling, but probably need to like you said, listen to yourself and just say, okay, now I'm hermiting in the house. I don't want to do anything. I just want to film and let it be.
I think, yeah, for me, it's a battle with myself, because in many ways there are a lot of social events happening within my husband's family, right? Like I'm part of his family, so I have to attend to those. And again, it's nothing about the other people. It's not the group's problem. It's mine, because the problem is attending to those events feels more of a chore to me, because it's outside my comfort zone. And also, as an introvert, it takes so much of my mental stamina. I don't know what else to say, like some mental awareness. Like it just drains my mentality so much that when these group settings happen, I just don't want to do it for like 2 weeks. Like I just don't want to see anybody for 2 weeks. And like, I just feel so drained. And especially the holidays are especially hard, because there's always big gatherings. And that's not what I'm trying to say, like to do more of those. For me, what's going to enrich me is to do more of an intimate setting social event, right? Like not necessarily like one person, but like more of like a, you're not just there to chit chat like, oh, what's the weather type of thing. Like that's not enriching for me. It's more to like, I don't know. Obviously having a common interest always helps so that you can go more in depth to it. But like just having a more intimate conversation to me is yeah, it for me would be a more of what I'm trying to get out of me trying to do more of these, like going out with a friend, like not necessarily to just go to clubbing, like that's not enriching for me. Like, do you know what I mean? It's more like I want those social settings that are like that are more meaningful in my way, right? Like everybody can have their own definition of what socializing is, but mine is definitely more yeah, I don't really know what's another word for intimate. Also, yeah, I guess that scares me already, because even doing that scares me, because sometimes, it could be a newer person you're meeting, but like you have a very big common interest, and even just doing that is scary, but it also is fulfilling at the same time because you're glad you did it at the end. So it's sort of like doing more of those things. Unfortunately, it's not always possible because, there are some friends that I used to go out more often with, and they now have a new family, they have small children, and they can't just go out on a whim. Like there are also challenges like that. Everyone's at a different stage. And I'm also my worst enemy. Like I can just like I said, I could just so easily just not go out. But at the same time, I also hate, like I'm happy at the moment. Oh, I didn't go out. I'm so glad I can just like veg at home, right? But at the same time, I regret it the next day, or I regret it in the next few days. I'm like, oh, why didn't I participate? Sort of like it's a constant battle with myself. Going through some questions. For the love of bags, we should try and do a members meetup this year. If not, let's do a Zoom call. You know what? Let's try to make that happen. I want to say, let's try to make that happen. We do talk about this on the members because I don't want to share in the public just because of security and just like for safety. Not something to share in public, but for the members. Last time we did a meetup, oh, that was like 2 years ago, right? Yeah, 2024. And then the time before, was it 23? Or was it 22? I can't remember now. But yeah, each time was very, very fun. So we'll try to make that happen. Maybe every 2 years we'll make something happen. And it'll be a lot of fun. Maybe the Zoom thing will happen on the year that we don't do the meetup, like the in-person meetup. We can do a Zoom thing with the members.
Sorry.
That's okay.
I wanted to click something. Oh, where did it go? I don't know where it went.
Did you find it?
No. I was looking at somebody saying they're going to influence me in buying. I scrolled down. A lot of comments. It was from Elone. Oh, there we go. It says, I want to share with you all my Murakami so I can, with you, to distract and influence you to buy more. You definitely did buy quite a chunk, which, I mean, you love the collection. This is the time. This is the time to pick up as many as you can. And this year, there'll probably be a few more drops.
Oh, they're still doing more drops of the Murakami?
Oh, for sure, for sure. I mean, there's not announced, not announced, but this my prediction, which we'll have a luxury prediction live stream on my channel 2 weeks from now, my prediction is there'll be more of this. I don't know when. I think they will do, because this January round, they did all the white multicolor. So I'm very sure there will be one more sometime this year, black. Just all the black ones.
Yeah.
It just makes sense. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah. So to recap, I guess, yeah, this year for me, I made it simple and easy to remember. I just need to do, like, for me, the exercise thing, I need to find the right fitness routine. Yeah, it's hard. We'll see. But for me, the one thing that I can focus more on is the experiences. It's the travel, of course, and we do have plans to travel this year. But also just the times we're not traveling, I need to go out. Like, even if it's once a month, I feel like once a month is already good, because for me, it's fulfilling to have like a social event that's just for me, not for other people. And like I said, I don't hate anybody. I'm glad to see everybody, but I get so much anxiety. Like, for me, if I have a group, like a big group gathering, I'm happy to be there for like 1 hour, and after that, I just want to go home. And usually it doesn't just last an hour, right? Just eating is more than an hour, right? Just saying goodbye is a half-hour thing. So usually it's like a few-hour thing every time, and those drain me so much. But it's not other people's fault, it's my own. And it's just part of who I am. I can't change that, right? So I'm still gonna do those because that's part of my life. But I want to add on, the ones that I want to do, right? The more personal social gatherings that mean so much to me and to my mindset, I suppose. And then the jewelry and the handbags and the wardrobe, those are, I don't know, I find those things easier to manage at this point, because I'm trying to not get too distracted by I just don't need anything. And if I do need something, I'll just buy it. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Good goals. I think for mine, it's a bit of a continuation from last year. So things that I want to tell myself not to negotiate, and be in a way back to being strict. The things like, I don't want to buy drops and all that. But it's not more that I don't want. No, surely it was I don't want to buy. I don't want to get influenced by these words, because right now I'm irritated by them. So this year is just, if I want it, it happens to be in it, then I'll buy it when I am ready. So yeah, I just want to beat the FOMO. I'm still learning on this at the moment, because FOMO still gets to me, right? And yeah, so that's one. And in terms of wish list for myself, sort of like it's easy to manage, because there is, both of us have such a complete collection, truly. And the ongoing hunt is, it's not, I don't know, it's not priority. So
it's just when it feels right.
When it feels right. It can be a classic thing from Hermes. It could be a black Murakami, but if it feels right, and then we'll get it. So I think that's sort of maybe the overview of it, rather than being pushed.
With that said, thank you all so much for joining us today. As a reminder, tomorrow there is the first members live of the year. And then, of course, next week is another members live. And then if you don't know, we have our calendar posted on our community posts. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week, for those that we see. Otherwise, in 2 weeks' time, we see you in the public's live. Okay, goodbye.
Bye.